Do you know what, listener? They're always messing about. See what I mean? Shocking. Anyway, ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Hello, Kevin here. Where am I now? Well, I am at St Mary in Singleton. I've been to Singleton before, many times actually, but I have filmed the village, but I didn't manage to get inside the church during lockdown. So the three of us have come back here today and we're going to have a look around the outside again, but then go inside and have a look inside St Mary of Singleton. Should we get on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay. I'm going to leave Cynthia and Steve to do their thing, do their photographs. But as you can see, it's a Norman church with the typical square tower, which is rendered. And to be honest, it looks a little bit scruffy, a little bit worse for wear. It's an 11th century tower, and it may have been the original nave with a small chancel. The present nave was probably started within the next century, though the earlier detail is 13th century. The date of the chancel, the aisles and the arcades are all altered in the 15th century. The tower was probably partly rebuilt in around the 17th century. But the St Mary is mentioned in the Domesday Book, and the present one contains early 11th century material. Let me just go round this way. Let's go round to the west end first. And as you can see, just there, typical sort of Sussex flint, and it looks to me as if in the corner there may have been a window or a door, perhaps, with the way those stones go right the way up there. There might have been an entrance in there at some point, but I can't get too far away from the church because we've got trees and that right close by, and we're at the foot of the South Downs here. Let me just wander around this. So I'm right on the west end of the church now. Let me just tilt this up. And we've got the clock faces there, but as Steve noted earlier on, the clock face has stopped at, I think it's 5 to 8. So we've got this wooden cross just here. There was a circular ditch or rampart that was discovered surrounding the church, though neither can easily be spotted now. So I'll come round to the south side of the church, and you can see the huge buttress on the side of the tower. And as I've mentioned in many videos, it suggests that there was possibly some subsidence at some point. The original dedication was to St Mary, but due to the 19th century error, it became St John's until corrected in 1979. So as you can see, still more flint with stone mullions going around the outside, under a tiled roof, and towards the top of the tower you've got the chute which will discharge any rainwater from the top of the tower. As I walk round, you can see many buttresses on this church, but if I just pan round now, you can see, and this is all the South Downs all across the back here. This is looking up towards the Trundle, which is at Goodwood, and then just to let me get my bearings here, just to the left hand side, that's where the Goodwood horse racing circuit is. And if you go on about another mile and a half further on, you've got the old Goodwood motor racing circuit. I've actually come back round to the south side because there's some people around on the north side, so I'll wait for them to clear away. The tower has been dated to 1001 but an earlier 11th century dating is plausible. It's a slightly broader from east to west and was originally unbuttressed with large square quions divided into two equal stages by a string course. The taller upper one is slightly recessed but built of partially rendered rubble. The lower stage contains some herringbone work, and there are some courses of ashlar on the west side above the string course. We're just about to go in to have a look at the church inside. I'm standing underneath this old yew tree, but there is, I mentioned just now about some of the render work is coming off, and just round on the sort of northwest corner there is an area where the render is coming off rather badly. So we're going to go in through the porch door now, which Cynthia's just opened. In through this big, solid, must be an oak door with all the studs and the ironwork. Just look at that. And we've got the font just in front of us on the left as we come in. Just there. I'll try and find out a bit more about that in a minute. So let's have a look. This is a west end, and we've got a wooden gallery here, which is also going up to where the bell tower is. And if that's correct, then you've got 2 or 3 bell pull ropes there, and you'd have to stand on the stairs to actually ring them. The font is a plain 15th century octagonal font. You've got the door going out to the south there. You've got these 1, 2, 3, 4 arches, 5, 6, 7, sorry, 8 arches. So we're in the central aisle now, and we've got the north aisle, which is just there, and the south aisle just over here. As I mentioned just now, we've got the wooden gallery there. It's just in this corner. Cynthia and Steve noticed that there is a staircase going up, which we're not sure about. Not sure what it is, but let's have a look. Let's just have a look and see what. Oh, it can't go past that wooden rail, unfortunately. That's as far as it goes. But let me just show you this from the position of where I am now. And I think possibly the reason why they're stopping you coming up here is because of that, the crack in the stone floor and the very tiny, small stone steps. Oh gosh, that was a bit tight. So we've got the pulpit there, and the benches are 15th century, and they're square topped, and they're quite plain. So here we are now, right at the east end of the church. We've got an aumbrey tucked away in the corner there. It's rather lovely. It's a bit stained glass windows, lovely stained glass windows. I'm trying to get a good view of the Reredos stone. designed by and carved in 1860, depicting the Last Supper. It's rather grand really the way it's been done, very ornate all along the top as you go along and down the sides, and that's underneath the east stained glass window, the east end stained glass window. So this panelling on the north side of the chancel was renewed in around about the 17th century. We've got to do with the British Legion. There's the plaque. I've got this here. The North Monument. This monument, long deprived of its original brasses, is by tradition attributed to Thomas Fitzalan, 10th Earl of Arundel, who died at Downley nearby in 1524. But that's the brass that's missing there, look. And this was obviously been replaced at some point. Got that notice board there. Fabric repairs on this 1,000-year-old church are heavy. We would be grateful for your help. Please give generously in the wall safe below. But the one thing that they do here, which is very good for visitors, is you've got these boards. It tells you exactly what's what and where you need to look for things. And also it says there's a church guide here. And the church is actually the Blessed Virgin Mary of Singleton. But again, all these different bits of information. Just as you come through the porch door, the little in the church wall is called the stoop, and it tells you all about the porch being 15th century or early 15th century, which is excellent. And it tells you about the nave, the windows, fittings and monuments, the chancel panelling, which is what I was talking about just now. It says 16th century, but repairs were done. The reredos depicting the Last Supper. It tells you all about the tower. So this is fantastic for anybody coming here to visit. They can really get a sense of about the church. And it tells you about graffiti. Medieval graffiti is to be found on the door jambs of the porch, on the pillar beside the font, and in its corresponding one on the south side. These include the names a harp, a rag staff of the House of Warwick, and the Solomon knots. On the southeast half pillar of the nave is a vowel cross. There are pilgrim crosses and signs made by those travelling to the shrines of St Richard's at Chichester, St Thomas of Canterbury, and St Swithun's of Winchester. And there's the graffiti there. Well, we've come to see if we can find the graffiti, and Cynthia spotted this. This is on the door jamb of the porch on the north side, and there's more there. There's lettering up there. Oh yeah, there's some up there as well. Certainly some there. Different things. And there we are. Cynthia's found this other one. This one looks like a coat of arms just there. All different sorts. There's a little bit of something that might be there, but there seems to be graffiti in several areas. But looking at this wall just here, look at these cracks coming all the way along the top here. This is why they're saying about donations. we've got this rather splendid brass plaque to the memory of Arthur Leith Ross, late of the Lancashire Fusiliers and Northern Nigerian Regiment, West Africa Frontier Force, and subsequent Chief Transport Officer of the Protectorate, who died 26th of August 1908. This memorial was erected by his personal friends in the government service of northern Nigeria in token of their affection and esteem. And just here we've got the Singleton Parish Roll of Honours. Another one just here. But as you look round, the more you look round the church, the more you can see where it's deteriorating, and they need the funds to keep these places going. These are all church wardens. There, that one's in rather terrible condition, so is this one really. But this one goes from 1630 on this one board to 1767. Amazing. Right above the entrance to the chancel, right above the arch, is that tiny little window right up there. But this is a view of where I was. I tried to go up earlier on, up those steps. And it just goes as far as that bit above there. I was looking round for the other graffiti, and on this post here, look at this one here. Carter Bamford, 1600. John, I can't remember that. John there, John. But this is amazing. The way it's all been carved into the stone. Isn't that incredible? With the chancel behind us, we've finished our walk round St Mary the Blessed Virgin.
Yes.
I've got it right. Thank goodness. So anyway, lovely little trip out today. Really enjoyed it. I've got these two with me. They had to come really. Anyway, this will be Kevin, Cynthia and Steve saying bye-bye, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you've enjoyed this video on Kevin's Rambles YouTube channel, why not give him a subscribe and a like and comment on his videos? It'd be very much appreciated.